going on, guys? Andy here with Pew Pew Nation, and I'm doing something a little different at the range today because honestly, I'm tired of the lies and the bullshit and all the garbage that's spewed from the Democrats. So if you haven't heard yet, in Trump's big beautiful bill is what he's calling it, which is just funny in itself, but whatever. He has in there that they're trying to pass that suppressors, silencers, will be taken off of the NFA list, which I think should happen 100%. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that suppressors are on the NFA list, that you pay a $200 tax stamp for a suppressor, when literally in reality and in theory what it is a muffler for a gun. So I can't drive down the road without a muffler on my truck because I'll get pulled over and I'll get a ticket for breaking the law. Why not be able to silence, suppress a firearm with a suppressor and put a muffler on it? The problem with silencers or suppressors is that the Democrats, I mean, let's just put it this way, let's just say it, they're dumbasses. They don't do research on what they're talking about. So they think that a suppressor is this thing from the movies where everything is completely silent, you don't hear it. I mean, Chuck Schumer himself says that these are gonna be it'll be open game for murderers to be able to use suppressors for crimes if they're not on the NFA list. First of all, I'd love to see the statistic of how many crimes have been committed with a suppressor. I don't think it happens. Second of all, he also said that most gun owners, hi, I'm the gun owners, and I think I speak for most of us, would be completely against silencers, suppressors being taken off of the NFA list and having to pay a $200 tax stamp and all that crap for them. Well, hi, I'm the gun owner that you're talking about, and no freaking way would I be against suppressors being taken off of a list that they shouldn't be on anyway and having to pay a $200 tax stamp to own one, when all it is a muffler for my gun. It makes shooting more enjoyable, it's easier to train with, there's not as much noise, not silent, there's still noise, but it just makes the overall shooting experience better. Plain and simple. That's all there is to it. Nobody's using them for crimes. It's not going to happen. It doesn't exist that way. You still have to purchase a suppressor for, $500 to $1,300, $1,400. Just not a BS tax stamp that you don't need. It's ridiculous. So the misinformation that's out there and the Democrats trying to talk about how this bill is going to be so bad, and if this passed, oh my God, it's erasing century of NFA lists and this and that and everything else. No, the NFA needs to be abolished completely because there's no reason for it, and suppressors need to be off of it 100%. It's absolutely ridiculous what's being said about this bill and what suppressors are actually capable of doing or what they do. A suppressor is legitimately just a piece of metal with baffles in it, and they're losing their minds. I think suppressors should be in vending machines at gun shops where you can put in your credit card. I want that suppressor right there. You push A6 and a suppressor falls and you grab it out of the thing and you're like, cool, I got a suppressor with my new gun. That's how suppressors should be sold, because they legitimately don't do anything except for suppress the sound and the muzzle flash of a firearm. End of story, period. That's all there is to it. So, to prove my point, I brought out my complete NFA build here, which is a MK107 from Primary Weapon Systems, Mod 2, SBR. So short barrel rifle configuration. It has a stock. So this makes it a short barrel rifle, and it's suppressed. GSL SWAT 5 suppressor, duty built, purpose built suppressor for the AR-15 platform for 5.56. So here we go. Guess what? You're gonna hear the gunshots still. I can guarantee you that you will still hear these gunshots. I'm not gonna shoot steel on purpose so you don't hear the ting of the steel, but listen. Yeah, it still makes noise. It's still loud. It's hearing safe. I don't have ears in right now and I'm shooting this, but it's loud. That's all there is to it. It doesn't completely remove the noise, but it makes it enjoyable where I can shoot outdoors right now without ears in, and I'm not going completely deaf. So if you shoot steel, you'll be able to hear the steel real well. That's it. It doesn't make it silent. So Democrats, get some education, get a clue, or step down from your spot in public office because you are an idiot and you are not listening to what the people want. You're listening to what a small group of your supporters say, not the people, because the majority spoke. That's why we have Donald Trump in office right now. The majority agrees with me. And clearly, as my shirt says from Freedom Fatigues, I am not a liberal, obviously. So let's get that thing passed. Support the NRA and all the organizations, Gun Owners of America, all these organizations that are supporting this and trying to get this bill through, and suppressors off the NFA list, and hopefully that's the start. And then the NFA just gets abolished completely, because there is absolutely zero reason that this is illegal if I don't pay a tax stamp. There's 2 tax stamps here, $200, $200 for the gun. But if I have a pistol brace on this, this is completely legal as a pistol, and I don't have to pay a tax stamp. No reason for it. It's ridiculous. Anybody that has a brain will understand that, and it needs to be removed. So yeah, this is what I say to Chuck Schumer and the Democrats. Oh, it's such a beautiful thing. It's such a beautiful thing. So don't listen to these idiots. Make sure you educate your friends. Tell them what the truth is. If they don't shoot, if they've never shot, take them to the range, get a suppressor, and show them what it's all about, because this stuff needs to get passed, and these Democrats need to be put in their place at this point. It's ridiculous. So let's do it. Democrats, get an education, learn something before you start talking. Thanks guys for watching, and as always, carry every day and stay safe out there.
As we speak, for absolutely no conceivable reason, they're trying once again to jam through a reckless, extreme giveaway to the gun lobby that endangers our kids, betrays law enforcement, and leads to more gun deaths. Deep in their so-called beautiful bill, their big beautiful bill, quote unquote, Republicans snuck a radical provision to reverse a rule on silencers that have been around for almost a century. Almost a century. And now they're trying to undo it in the reconciliation bill. I want to assure the American people, Senate Democrats are going to fight this dangerous provision using every available tool, including to try to strike it in the birdbath. We have very strong arguments to just knock this out altogether in the birdbath. Parents don't want to see silencers on their streets. Police officers don't want to see silencers on their streets. Only the gun lobby wants to flood our communities with silencers, and that's what Republican bill would do. Who wants a silencer? Not the average citizen. They're law-abiding. Not our police officers. They're against these provisions that allow anyone to get a silencer. The only people who want silencers are criminals, because they don't want people to hear their bad, horrible, deadly deeds. That's the only people who want it, except for the right-wing Republicans and then the rest of the Republicans in the House who just bowed down because some fanatics wanted it in the House, some extreme handful of fanatics, and let them go along with it so they could get their votes on this big, beautiful, ugly, ugly, ugly bill. There's nothing common sense, nothing, making silencers easier to buy, easier to make, easier to use in crimes. I say to the Republicans who slipped this silencer sneak attack into their bill, shame on you. You have no reason, no rationale for doing this. Shame on you, Republicans, for putting the gun lobby over our kids. Shame on you for endangering our families, for endangering law enforcement, for adding fuel to the fire in America's gun epidemic. Police departments across America have been clear that silencers make their jobs harder. That's why many departments have historically opposed regulation that deregulates them, as this proposal does. These are the police talking. These devices make it harder to hear gunfire. That means they delay police response time, make it easier for criminals to get away with murder, literally. You can't call yourself pro-law enforcement while voting to put more silencers in criminals' hands. It's that simple. You cannot. You can't call yourself anti-violence if you want to put silencers in criminals' hands. Plain and simple. It'll be, if this happens, if Republicans get their way, it'll be open season for criminals with silencers. It'll be harder for police to do their jobs, harder to catch criminals, harder to solve gun crimes. Gun deaths will rise. Police officers will be put at risk. Innocent people will die. And why are Republicans doing it? Because they're in the pocket of the radical gun lobby. This is a radical, extreme idea. Most gun owners would not support it, is my guess. I think the polling data would show that. The Republicans are in the pocket of the radical gun lobby, and they're putting gun lobby profits over the lives of kids, the lives of communities. It's sick, it's morally bankrupt, it's extreme. Democrats will fight this provision with everything we have.